Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video about the 5th anniversary. There's going to be a bunch. Get ready for it. We're going to be going all month on this shit. And good stuff, because as a content creator, we love to have content to create about, so it's great. There are only a couple days left until Halloween. As such, I'm kind of wrapping up recording my videos for the Halloween stuff that I'm doing. Hopefully people have been enjoying it. And if not, maybe you're gonna go check it out. Maybe not, but you know what? I'll give myself a free plug. What I did want to talk about today is two things. First thing, very short, I'm going to be doing poll videos this year for all the 5th anniversary banner stuff. And I'm probably gonna be doing some polls for Yuna, which will probably not go super great, but I think at this point, I've kind of landed on Yuna unless something changes in the next few days and I just want to wait 1 week until Riku shows up because for whatever reason, well, I mean, water does go better. But like right now, I'm just kind of holding off on making too many promises, but I do want to do the anniversary video with polls, whatever's available on the night of, because it's fun, because it's interesting, because it's something to celebrate. So that's going to be a video for that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about in this video is about the underside, the shady part, the maybe disappointment that will come with the 5th anniversary. Because honestly, like if you watch the live stream and my what my thoughts are on it, I was pretty neutral about it. Like there's nothing that incredibly over excites me. There's like, I'm enjoying the idea of Yuna, Riku, and Pain actually maybe a little bit more. I actually really like this collaboration because this Final Fantasy is before this dark age of fantasy, you know, post Game of Thrones, where people need to die and everything needs to be dour and depressing a lot of the times. Like that's something I love about Rebirth is that, you know, it balances the idea of doom, but also like having some fun, enjoyable moments, as opposed to 16, where it constantly feels like, oh, there's so much heavy weight. Can we have a moment of levity more often? You know, old PlayStation Final Fantasies and even old original Final Fantasies did a much better job of balancing like scary stuff and also just fun, loving, happy moments too. So this might be a visceral reaction for me, but I'm not negative at all on the 10-2 collaboration. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of happy. I even want to celebrate it a little bit more because it is an opposing trend to a lot of video games now, where it feels like everything has to be this heavy, grandiose thing. And they forget a lot of the times while trying to get fidelity incredibly high in the new games to have those moments of levity. So I don't know, like this is visceral of me to just be so against it, but I really do want to shout out that I kind of have a little bit more love recently for 10-2, even if its story is kind of just nonsense. But it's nonsense that I'm more accepting of now. All right, that's almost an extraneous part. So getting back to what I think are the underhanded sides of the 5th anniversary, and this will be elaborated on more once we have more details. But theoretically, first off, Vision Stars. Vision Stars are now being used for holo vision cards. There's no undersided hand of this at all to me. This is just a huge net positive. It's great that we can use Vision Stars on holo cards. Yes, the cost of using Vision Stars on holo vision cards will be more expensive than regular vision cards. I think this is absolutely fair. I have no problems with it. Vision cards have not been historically very financially successful. This is a business, not a charity, which means that they do need to make money. And as such, I think that it's fair that they are still trying to make money off of this, but giving the community more inroads. So this is not on my negative list at all. I don't really think that there's anything underhanded here. Whether it costs 2 stars or 3 stars or 4 stars, I'm not going to feel really bad about it because at least it gives people a chance of using Vision Stars again, where now they are completely freaking useless. Okay, that being said, Let's move on to the next thing to talk about, Master Ability 3. This is almost certainly going to be a point of contention among the community where people are just not going to be happy because a lot of the time this isn't going to bring old units up to the level of new units. I don't remotely think that this will be anywhere near as good as the Tactics event. The Tactics event is a miracle and maybe just a one-time gesture of goodwill, but I will still give them credit for doing that. I do think that Master Ability 3s, Master Ability 3s have already been said to be more substantial than, sorry, I lost my train of thought, than Master Ability 2s, but I still don't think that it's going to be anywhere near as what we've seen with Tactics. So temper your expectations. I think that some people will still be pissed off no matter what we say, no matter how tempered things are. But if it brings them more in line and gives some of these units new life in metas, then that's enough. You can't expect old units to be as good as new units. That's just isn't going to make this game financially successful. I mean, neither will, burying old characters, but fair is fair. Master Ability 3s are still easy to unlock from what we've been told, and more substantial than Master Ability 2s. I think that's a good place for them. Next up is Commander abilities. Commander abilities, I think, is probably going to be the shadiest thing that we see this year in terms of just power creep. To me, it's almost like vision card mastery for characters, and I do expect that there's going to be a lot of times where new characters and certain things, including limited characters, might get just better commander abilities to try and validate them again. And to one extent, I think that's okay. We don't have really enough information to make a huge judgment call on hey, is this good? Is this bad? At this point in time, we don't really have enough. So I'm not going to pick at that scab, at least at the point in time where we are. In the future, once we have more details, once we see how it works, the cost and everything involved with it, then it's probably more fair. But for now, I mean, it just seems kind of kosher to me to give, SSR Mont a purpose and other older characters a new purpose and attach a cost to that. And if new players want super great commanders like Jaden, the new version of Jaden that's coming with this anniversary is going to be an amazing best tier commander. You want him just for that reason, not necessarily as a unit. Or maybe it's even split of boy, do I put him as a commander or do I put him as a unit? That's an interesting facet to the game of strategy, of cost and whatnot. And I think that might actually kind of potentially, at this point, whales are already way stronger because of all the vision card masteries. And you add on top of that commander, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. It's just something to keep whales busy and buying. And at this point, they don't even really care about the gacha element so much. So that is essentially not a factor to me. I don't know. With Commander, I do expect there to be something in there that I'm not going to be happy with, but I don't hate it at this point. And that's enough for now. It's a pass, but it's one that I am more cautious about. All right. Now, from there, let's go on and talk about, there's eventually free summons, which is really nice. There's the 3 level 120s, the Veritas upgrades, and so on. And all of that is potential places. You look at it, the ease of play, the monthly seal update, and the vision card, and all of that just seems really, really positive. So you might be wondering then, Well, Umbra, you must have one more thing you want to talk about. And it isn't really the missing stuff like the rate adjustment or anything. I don't think that is going to be the underhand shady thing around this anniversary time, because we weren't promised it. It was just something we theorized. So it's fine. It's just going to continue as is. And besides, the gacha rate isn't probably much of a consideration for the team anymore, since they're just selling characters now. I mean, if you just want a character, just buy it, is the thing that they're telling whales. They don't even want them to gacha anymore. Set income is better than fluctuating income. The thing I think is the thing to watch in this entire anniversary will be Ice Jaden. Not joking. I think that this could be an Ashen Mont situation, and it also could be a little bit rough since Final Fantasy X-2 is coming out first. And then there could be a strong power creep that comes shortly after. It could also be that Yuna and Riku are in the new power creep, and Jaden is one up on top of them. I mean, the last few months, the last 6 months even, have just been strong character after strong character after strong character, pushing older characters down, and the best teams have been some combination of the newest of characters. And Yuna and Ice Jaden, both potentially being very strong, could be absolutely meta, since it's a damage type that people are not as prepared for, and other units that have come recently are also not prepared for. They're giving away 3 level 120 units, which include Shreken, Gilgamesh, and Lilith, to name just a few, and Ramada. So there is definitely a good chance that those characters, these new characters coming up very shortly, will be quite stronger. So, well, if there's something I think there is to watch about what could be the thing this time that will be underhanded, we could see a pretty big power jump in the very near future. And you should be ready for it. You should be cautious about it. But I mean, they have to do something to sell units. And with the rewards that are given around anniversary time, and the idea that the characters will just constantly be stronger and stronger, pick a spot, pick a character you like, and just go with it as a free-to-player. Once you have enough to basically guarantee one of the characters that will be new and quite strong, depending on meta reports and whatnot, if you even care. At this point, I mean, the power gap between top-level players and mid-tier or even low-tier players is so big that you might as well just enjoy the game for what it is while it lasts, and kick back and enjoy the end of the world. Although, yeah, EOS is definitely not on the menu and won't be at this point for at least multiple months, because they're not going to cancel a game around its anniversary. They'd wait a few months and then do it. Well, enjoy it while it lasts. So I will be bringing more content in the future, and of course, there's bullshit. We'll call them out on it. Later.